Hey everybody, Brian the Wild Armenian, rat ride carport builder, mechanic, whatever you want to call me. You know, don't call me late for lunch. Oh man. Hey, and good afternoon. I was thinking about this. Many ways to retirement, or many paths to retirement. And I heard a survey a few days ago on the news. They said 70% of millennials like me, have 401k and a retirement fund basically to retire. Gen X is 47%. And, I don't know how accurate that is. That's what I heard on the media. We live in this day of disinformation, and so some things you take with a grain of thought, whatever. And just like the 401k too, that's conventional wisdom, nowadays. Now, back in my parents' day, they didn't have the 401k; they had the pensions, and that was their conventional way of wisdom. Work at a job, stay at a job, get a pension, and they'll take care of you, et cetera, et cetera. And then they got all that went away by the wayside. I think in the 70s and 80s, and we're now 90s up to now. It's 401k, you're on your own, baby. And then we hear stories of people my age, all the way down in their 40s that don't even have nothing. And that's a reality too. That I know is a reality. I don't know the percentage of it, but it's high and it's staggering. And what got me, I thought and prayed and meditated over this thing. And I'm thinking, I'm going to make a video. And if it crashes, whatever, I'm just going to talk from the heart. And, and I'm about to say something, and I'm probably, give me some comments. I don't care, good or bad. But, 401k, and hear me out, is good. Don't get me wrong. And if you got a job and you're steady and you can work at that job 20, 30 years, it does work, okay? But here's the thing. A lot of people have things that happen in their life, divorces, tragedies, a loss of a loved one, cancer, divorce, cancer, okay? Just downright go broke. Business goes dead to the ground. The economy goes upside. '08 was a good example. A lot of folks lost their retirement in '08, and they've been struggling now to gain that back. And, when you talk decades, you got to really, at the time, I got into a 401k. I finally got a job, a regular job. I was self-employed all these years. And I went and humbled myself and got a job. And they had a 401k plan. And I got into it. I remember the secretary there at the time. She was the same age I was. She says, well, Brian, at your age, retirement's around the corner. Maybe a decade, you're fixing to retire. The only way you do is, you get aggressive with that 401k. And that's what I did. And come to think about it, I was always aggressive in my life as having a business, an entrepreneur. And so, which I did. And so I think I was like 58 years old. And I think I had $30,000 in that 401k, I believe. I want to remember now, 30, I'd have to go back and look at it. $30,000. And I could cash it out without getting penalized, but I'd have to pay taxes on it, of course. And I looked at the numbers and I looked at the years and I said, you know what? I'm not going to be able to make retirement age. I'm 58 now, and I'm not going to be able to do the retirement age, retire comfortably or have a nice nest egg. And this 401k is not going to work. Of course, I should have started this years ago. If I had started 20 years ago at age 58, I would have been in better shape. But circumstances beyond my control happened to me. Okay. So then that's the way it goes. I have to accept that. So what I did, I went out and cashed that thing out. I took the money, and I had good credit too at the time also, and I still do. And I started leveraging, and I would buy foreclosed homes. Okay. I had a mentor of mine, Mr. Ed. he would always, he's a millionaire. He'd say, you know, and I asked him how you do that, you know, and so he took me under his arm and taught me some, you know, ways of doing this, becoming a real estate investor, and which I did. He said, Brian, you know where you make the money when you get into real estate is when you buy it. In other words, you got to get it cheap. Okay, you don't buy the bubble. We call this nowadays, we're in the real estate bubble. You don't buy it up here. You know, if you plan on it, not unless you want to buy a bunch of units and rent them out and become a landlord or whatever, and that's okay too. That's another way to do it. But that's what he said. And so that's what I did. I started buying foreclosed homes, bad shape, and I'd get them cheap. And I sold them, fixed them up, and I sold them, made good money. And what that did, that generated me a decent nest egg, okay? Brought me a lot of cash, made me very liquid, you understand? Now, today I'm debt-free. Now take that money that I have and I put it in CDs, and they're drawing 5.4%, I think, right now. So I have investment money now. I'm retired. I'm 65. I got Social Security, and all the bills are paid. Everything's fine, and that's how I did it. So conventional wisdom, if I would have hung on and gave up and said, well, you know, this guy Dave says, you know, that I have to get a 401k. I might as well, you know, I could call a show in and say, I'm Brian, and I'm 58 years old, and all I have is $30,000 in my 401k. What did I do? He's liable to tell me, well, yeah, you just work until you're 95, and then you can retire. Bullshit. There's other ways you can do it. That same dude will tell you, don't go get loans. No, you get loans, you get loans that work for you. Use other people's money to make money. But the key is you got to know how to do it. You know, you got to study it. Listen to people. I was fortunate. I got a mentor that knew how to do it. Did the walk the walk. How's that? And talk the talk and walk the walk. And that's what Ed did. And I ran into others too. I got into this thing called AREIA meetings, which is a nationwide real estate investors. You join that, real estate investment groups, and you find out. You learn from the other people. And the one that you got to watch the ones that go, hey, buy my course. No, don't buy their course. Trust me. There's a lot of free information. Yeah, you can take that money. There's $5,000 courses. That's $5,000 you can take and put down on something, you know. So, and I don't care, man. I'll probably get the internet, or I'll probably get some nasty emails over that one, but I don't care. I know it worked for me. And that's how I did it. Now, I'm not no financial advisor or whatever you want to call it. I'm just a guy, just a mechanic, you know, that actually did it. And this is how I did it. That's my experience, strength, and hope. And you know what else, too? I keep saying something wrong. I did it. No. The help from the good Lord did it, you know. God will move mountains, but you got to pick up the shovel. And that's what I did. And you know what, guys? Hey, please like and subscribe to my channel. I need all the help I can get. and share it with a friend. And become a subscriber. Hit the notice bell. And it's somewhere on there. I don't know. But anyway, hey, y'all be good to yourself, and God bless you. And thank you for watching.